Gervonta Davis has reportedly been taken into federal custody again. Yes, the feds pulled up on Tank just days after his controversial victory over Lamont Roach, but this time it's way bigger than a hit and run or house arrest violations. We're talking serious federal charges, bribery, match fixing, and an alleged secret deal involving none other than the referee himself, Steve. This situation is wild.
Some stuff that he think I don't know about. He think he got one up on me, I don't know. He think he got a mold somewhere.
Word on the street is Gervonta Davis could be facing a serious legal storm, with prison time possibly on the table after explosive bribery allegations surfaced. All eyes are on the 9th round of his recent fight with Lamont Roach, and if these claims hold up, it could not only destroy his legacy, it might end his boxing career for good. Here's what we know. During that 9th round, fans immediately noticed something off. Davis clearly took a knee. Whether from fatigue, a body shot, or a misstep, he went down. And it wasn't subtle. He stayed down, and the entire boxing world saw it live. That moment might now be at the center of a major investigation.
Yeah, he's like waiting. What happened?
But Steve Willis, the referee, just stood there, said nothing, didn't count, didn't even acknowledge it. He let the round go on like nothing happened, and that's when the internet absolutely exploded.
Obviously, the part with the grease in the eye, that took on a life of its own, you know what I'm saying? That was a headline in the fight. One is, what did you think when he said that initially, just like the grease in the eye? But two is like, when you was in the fight, was there any point that you saw that? Like, did you see like him kind of messing with his eye, or did you have any indication that that was something that was bothering him?
No, see, and that's the thing. If you look at the whole fight, he was never bothering his eyes before
you jabbed him.
Before I jabbed him. Even that right hand that, like, you know what I'm saying, that kind of landed, he kind of rolled with it, but after that, you could see him wipe his eye. And then, right after I hit him with the jab, you could see him wipe his other eye. So it's like, it was corresponding to which hand that I punched him with, and exactly which eye. So it's like crazy for him to say, it's grease in my eye. And I think even when he say that, you could see me, because I'm right beside him, you can see me like, nigga, what you talking about? So,
you say you don't think he well enough.
Whatever, see, but who cares? Like, sweat gonna get in your eye, blood gonna get in your eye, spit fucking around and get in your eye. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like you can be like, all right, time out, ref. Hold on. Can't do that.
Would you be cool with Steve Willis doing the next fight?
Hell no.
He can't do the next fight.
No, he can't do the next fight.
Pops is a no?
Hell no.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
You know how many?
Coach Ben on him. Like, he lucky he running Coach Ben out of there.
But look how many times he fucked the fight up though. Me, him going to the corner to get assistance, like, who knows? Not saying that they did any cheating shit or nothing like that. But like, he wiped his face with a towel. You can't do that.
Right.
You can't do none of that. That's a disqualification. You turned your back on the ref after you took a knee. Usually the ref will be like, all right, he don't want to fight no more. Fight's on.
At first, it seemed like your typical referee mistake. Bad calls happen in boxing all the time, right? But then the rumors started swirling. A leaked conversation, allegedly between someone in Davis's camp and a member of the New York State Athletic Commission, began circulating online. And here's the worst part. The leak suggested money was exchanged, not for gear, not for promo, but to ensure the ref would look the other way if Davis got into trouble during the fight.
The rules that he didn't get hit with a punch. He didn't turn his back like he wanted to quit. It's just like when you get a thumb in the eye, it's a pop.
He did turn his back.
Yeah, but he didn't turn his back like he was going to quit, like you've seen some guys turning. He obviously mentioned that he had something in his eye, and it wasn't from a punch. It was time in between the shots. I think that by the time he wanted that, or he took a knee. But I think in the rules it states that you're allowed to do that. If you go back and you read some of the rules, I know a lot of people are complaining about it, but I think it was upheld in New York that it was okay for him to do that. I think part of the rules state that it was okay. As a coach on the other side, I would have.
Yeah.
Of
course, right? Of course.
I would have thrown a fit, man.
It didn't take long before people started pointing fingers directly at Steve Willis, the same referee who's now gone completely silent. He's ghosted every interview request and hasn't made a single comment about what millions witnessed on fight night. Now, both the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, and the WBC are finally acknowledging that something's off. 2 days after the fight, NYSAC released a vague, carefully worded statement saying they're reviewing round 9 footage and assessing referee conduct to uphold professional standards. Translation: they know something shady went down. They're just trying to keep it quiet and avoid a lawsuit. Meanwhile, the WBC came out with a separate statement openly confirming they're launching an independent investigation into the officiating of the Davis versus Roach fight. They're specifically looking into possible conflicts of interest and ethical violations. And let's be real, that kind of move doesn't happen unless they strongly suspect foul play. So now here we are. Gervonta Davis, a fighter who's had more court dates than some have knockouts, could be facing serious criminal charges. And this isn't just about a fine or community service. Bribing a referee in a professional sporting event violates the Sports Bribery Act of 1964, a federal offense that carries up to 5 years in prison. If there's real evidence that money changed hands to rig the outcome, it's game over for Tank.
I wasn't relying on that. I was relying on what I was doing in there. I think I was taking control. I think I was landing more shots. I think I was landing more power shots. And I thought I was doing my thing. So I'm not really that frustrated about that.
The second time around, they gonna come guns blazing, and that's really when it's gonna be.
Let's rewind for a second. This isn't Gervonta Davis's first run-in with the law. His rap sheet is long, including charges for domestic violence, assault, hit and run, and multiple counts of driving without a license or insurance. In 2023, he narrowly avoided jail time after pleading guilty to a hit and run in Baltimore that injured 4 people, including a pregnant woman. And what did Davis do after the crash? He fled the scene. The judge sentenced him to 90 days of house arrest at his trainer Calvin Ford's home. But even that was too much. Davis violated the terms, landed in jail for 44 days, and only got released after swearing he turned things around. Now it looks like history might be repeating itself. Fast forward to 2025 and Davis is once again under the spotlight, but this time the stakes are way higher. If the bribery allegations hold up, this isn't just about bad behavior anymore. This is federal territory, and the feds couldn't care less about his fame or fight record. They play by different rules.
I told y'all in every single interview, this whole press run, when the fight got announced, I put belt to ass, and you can see that's what I do.
Lamont, you threw more punches and you landed more punches than Tank. How were you able to do this tonight?
What I just tell you, I'm him. I'm telling you that. I'm one of the best fighters in the world, man. And it showed tonight. He probably wasn't willing when he said that grease got in his eye. But if you voluntarily take a knee and the rest start counting, it should be a knockdown. If that's a knockdown, I win the fight. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not banking on that knockdown to win. I just thought I'd put it out.
What happens next?
Shit, I hope we can run it back. I want to run it back for sure. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. And, thanks for coming out. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for loving me. Thanks for hating me. I'll be right back on this same very stage again, like I belong.
Congratulations, Lamont. A breakthrough performance. Really putting your name out there.
Thank you.
Let's send it back to ringside and more Ronaldo.
The feds will absolutely drag you to court and hit you with charges that don't just vanish after a slap on the wrist. And let's not forget what kicked all this off, the infamous 9th round. You can find clips everywhere: Twitter, TikTok, ESPN. Davis clearly drops to a knee, gloves touching the canvas. That's an automatic knockdown. Every rulebook says it, every trainer, fighter, and ref knows it. Yet Steve Willis just stands there blinking. No count, no warning, absolutely nothing. And here's where things get even sketchier. Multiple fans and ringside reporters say they saw members of Davis' entourage arguing with commission officials right after the fight. According to Fight Hype's Ben Thompson, a source close to the commission said they were surprised by how defensive Davis' team got when asked about the knockdown. Meanwhile, ESPN's Mike Coppinger reported that WBC reps were overheard saying the officiating in round 9 had already raised internal red flags before the final bell even rang.
Former boxing champion Gervonta Davis is heading to trial. According to our media partner, the Baltimore Banner, a judge rejected a plea deal that would have spared him from jail time for a November 2020 hit-and-run crash. The 27-year-old is charged with 14 counts related to the crash. Police say he was driving a Lamborghini when he ran a red light at the intersection of Washington and Martin Luther King Boulevards, hit a car, and then took off. Now, 4 people inside that car were injured. Davis's trial is set to begin December the 12th.
I could have stopped him. It's me. Definitely my fault. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. Cause I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up. And I could have definitely did more. Just a lot going on. But again, it was myself, you know. But gotta go to the gym and, you know, get back to the drawing board and, you know, train a little.
And let's be clear, Davis isn't the only athlete accused of trying to rig the game. Remember Louis Resto back in 1983? He literally had the padding removed from his gloves to cause more damage and ended up in prison for assault. Then there's Tim Donaghy, the NBA ref who admitted to betting on games and manipulating calls. He served over a year in federal prison. And don't forget Panama Lewis, banned for life after tampering with fighter gloves, leading to permanent damage. These aren't just scandals, they're career killers.